ladies and gentlemen, to the Boomer and Zoomer podcast, where we got the best, the latest, and the greatest news around. Got the legend himself, Raging Rock, aka the Boomer.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! I mean, and a whole nother location too. Like whole nother location. My set.
I thought you were like Nightwing. I thought you were like Nightwing coming out of the closet too.
I know, right? My set is a little, it needs a little more. I need to get my ladies up. Get the ladies up.
It'll come together. It'll come together.
Yeah.
You got me, the Zoomer, aka Capo, aka the man behind the scenes. You don't need to see me. I'm just behind the scenes. Don't trip.
Yeah.
Just behind the scenes.
Yep.
You just jumping straight into that. You heard that, right? I think was it Nightwing or was it Red Robin? Tim Drake? No, not Tim Drake. We've got confirmed to be bi.
No, I think it is Drake. Yeah.
Is it Drake?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, man. I was like, as long as it wasn't Nightwing, as long as it wasn't Dick Grayson, I was cool. I was like, I'm like, yo, man, like stop messing with the characters, like,
Can you be bi with the name Dick Grayson?
Yo,
that's a layup right there.
with how tight his uniform is, like when they be drawing this dude, man, they be having it with some cake. I'm like, holy shit, man.
He is the cakiest DC character ever.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, man, he's got some dukes on him, man. Like he better not go to jail.
Why would he?
Yeah, man.
At what point do they finally decide, hey, these vigilantes need to go to jail for all the shit they're doing? Because they're not cops.
For real. Yeah, for real, man. Like, now that you mention that, I'm like, yeah, like they don't be going after him. It's almost like the police are almost just like useless in whatever worlds,
Pretty much. They're just like, just turn on the light, bro. Just get Batman over here. What do we got to do anything for?
For real. Like every time like a bank gets robbed or something like that in that world, they're just sitting around like, oh, we're standing behind their car like, oh.
Or have Stormtrooper syndrome where they just start shooting everywhere and you're just like,
yo,
do what's 5 foot in front of you. Come on, man.
That's in real life sometimes. Like you see, they're like, stop. Yeah.
Yeah, that is something that I'm interested in now because it's kind of like, how long have they been going that Batman's been around, right? And he's for like the longest time he ran from the cops. He wasn't a part of the cops. Then Commissioner Gordon came in. He gets close with Commissioner Gordon, and I'm guessing Commissioner Gordon was just like, "All right, guys, the guy in the black, he's with me. Don't trip." And they just like, "All right, cool."
Yeah, for real, for real. Yeah, man.
This guy, he has his whole family. Yeah, Red Hood. He kills villains, and they're just like, he's part of the Bat family,
Yeah.
His last name is Man, Red Hood Man.
Yeah, man. That's that's interesting.
Speaking of DC, did you see Suicide Squad?
No, I haven't yet. Like, man, I'm so busy. I'm so busy. Like, you see, like my set keeps changing like every week. Like, so, man,
are you living out of your truck? Are you okay, man?
Yeah, I know, right?
Hard times.
Like I'm like begging people, like, hey, man, can I use your room so I can do a podcast?
How's your internet, by the way?
Is it good? Can I stream? Yeah, man. I know, like even my camera's got like a little bit of a gangster thing. Look, my fucking closet is like,
I don't know if it's falling on you or if it's just sideways.
I'm like, oh yeah, for real.
Yeah, man. It's one of those things. Suicide Squad was it's good. It's good. I recommend.
Yeah. Was it a James Gunn?
Yep.
Yeah, man, like that last one. Himself? Yeah, that redeemed himself. Yeah, that last Suicide Squad, man. I was like, man, this is like pretty much Will Smith carried that whole motherfucking movie. Like
him and Margot.
Yeah, because it was like it was trash. So if this one is better, then I'm good.
Yeah, it's a lot better of a story where like they break down the characters a little bit better, and you're like, okay, this is more likable than fucking Suicide Squad. First one was.
Yeah. I mean, I heard that it was good, but I heard that it I guess it did terrible. Like every movie right now that comes out, is doing terrible because for one, they're doing that whole like, oh, some of it like partly in theaters and you got it on this streaming service over here. So like,
Yeah.
you know, it what tell me what do you think about that whole Scarlett Johansson thing? Like,
I think in the era that we're in, you kind of got to know what's in your contract, right?
yeah.
Right. Okay. So if you know your movie is going to go to the box office, and your salary is going to be based off those box office sales, but you also know Disney's also throwing everything they can into Disney Plus right now, and they're charging $30 a pop anytime you watch that movie. Wouldn't that be something you kind of side eye like, what's going on over
So
here?
so she did like actually like when so she had her contract written already for that, and once she knew that it was essentially that was kind of almost like a breach of contract the way that they did it. So she wanted to renegotiate her contract so that it would take into account the streaming service. Well, Disney never got back to her when it came to that, and so I mean, she made a shit ton of money, but
Yeah,
still, like she would have made a whole lot more had it been taken into account. So I think personally, I think Disney was hella shady when it
yeah,
came to it. You know, and they've had a case like this before a long time ago when it came to VHS, and the actress that brought that case against them actually won her
yeah.
case. So I mean, like with them saying that they cut ties with her and all that, like they came out pretty public and pretty salty. I
Yeah.
think it's because they know they fucked up.
This was
So
this was her last movie, right? Because she wasn't going to make any more appearances. This was it for Scarlett.
yeah, yeah, I think so, but still, I mean, if you're going to be dealing with like a big, operation like Disney, you probably, in the future they probably have you considered for something, or you know, uh, so like I would think that you would want to keep, good relations, but I mean, if they screw you over, like you got to stand for something, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
I think that also played into the fact that she was on her way out regardless. Because
yeah,
I think they killed her off in Endgame. So what else was she gonna do then? They could use her
yeah,
likeness in What If, really.
yeah, they could use their likeness in What If, or let's say they do some other like MCU things that she can make an appearance. Let's say they're always
Yeah,
jumping back in time and doing all that stuff. They could have used her to do some sort of
yeah,
appearance or whatever. But yeah, like I personally think that they should have brought that movie out before Endgame
yeah,
because it would have made more sense.
yeah,
Because after she's dead, like I was just like, meh. Like I like the character, I like Scarlett Johansson, but like after they killed her character off, it was like it's almost like that Star Wars movie, Solo.
yeah.
Like I love Han Solo; he was my favorite character of all time. But when they killed him, I was like, why the fuck do I want to watch this shit? Like
Uh,
I didn't want to watch that movie. And so that was the only like movie I think from Star Wars that lost money or whatever. So
I
I don't know.
they kind of like what's it called, they killed her off in a scene that really didn't make sense. If you think about it, that scene didn't make sense because what was Clint's full objective was to reavenge his family, come back to his family. So
Yeah,
why was he trying to kill himself realistically? You know,
yeah,
like
yeah,
this is what it was all about. And
yeah,
why would he kill himself, or why would it even be a fight realistically
yeah,
if your whole thing was get back to your family?
yeah,
And yeah, that scene just like, okay, I get you don't. It's kind of like when you go to eat with your friend, and it's kind of like, nah, man, I'll pay the bill. Nah, I'll pay the bill. Nah, come on, man, I'll pay the bill. It's kind of like the same thing, but
yeah,
it's kind of like,
yeah.
no, I die, no, you die, no, I die.
Yeah, 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 man. Yeah, but like, yeah, like getting back to the getting back to like the movie and the streaming and stuff. Like, I don't know if I have the option. It's like, okay, I loved going to the theaters before. I love going there as the experience and everything. But if I could just click a few buttons and watch that shit right there, I think I might just fucking do that. Like, I mean, I don't have like date nights where I'm like, hey, let me take this chick out now, this and that. I'm like, yeah, so like,
Yeah,
so I don't think there's any reason for me to go to the theater. I can just boop boop, you know.
yeah, it doesn't really make sense, right? Because it's kind of like, well, in a time where you really can't go out either. You're
Yeah.
really everything's closing back up. Well, not closing back up, but everything's getting strict again.
Yeah, man, they're tripping. They're tripping. Yeah, yeah,
So why would you go to the theater, especially with like all the Delta and everything that's what's it called being brought
yeah,
in? Like, you're why would you go to a theater right now? So
yeah, yeah.
my
Really,
my thing would be, oh, hey, I'm getting paid by stream, not by box office.
I know, right? Like, yeah, yeah. Let me get that in my contract. 'Cause, yeah,
Hmm.
man. Like, I don't want to go to a theater or whatever. I'm sitting there, some like nasty asshole sits like right next to me, like, hey, you know, like,
Scarlett's so hot, am I right? No,
yeah,
no, she's not. Get away.
yo,
Fuck
yo,
off.
and like in game, when I was sitting there or whatever, like I'm sitting there, I'm watching with my kids and stuff like that, and watch it like I'm watching this movie, and all you hear is the whole like theater just like sitting there like crying and snipping. You hear like,
About her death?
yeah, no, everybody's deaf, especially Tony Stark, like
Oh yeah.
about everybody's deaf. Like the dude, like there was a dude, he was on a date and he was sitting behind us, and this dude was fucking balling, and I was just like, dude, man, if I was on a date like that, man, I'd have to hold that shit together. I couldn't be sitting here
Yeah.
like he was like, and like the girl was not crying, she was not crying, and so that after the movie, he was like, oh my god, like I didn't know it hit me that hard. And I was like, well, player, you ain't gonna be hitting nothing hard
Nothing.
tonight.
Nothing.
Yeah, man.
Nothing.
Oh,
You better enjoy some alone time by yourself.
yep, yep.
Damn.
Man,
Nah,
yeah,
see,
man.
it has to be a dog dying, or I have to be like really invested into a character to cry. I've never cried. Like I told you, the only
Yeah.
time I've cried recently, or in a long time actually, is because Mr. In Between, a likable character, died, and I was like, no.
Damn. Yeah.
But this was here by myself, so I was fine.
Yeah. It's like nobody can witness this.
Yeah, nobody can witness this. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, man.
Nah.
Yeah, man.
But it kind of comes back to the point of like, why would you put a movie out that big? Well, it wasn't even that big. Nobody really cared about Scarlett Johansson's character, really.
Yo, they probably would have if they brought it out before. I mean, they just
Yeah, yeah. If it was like, this is gonna be a crucial part into Endgame, you're like, all right, cool, I gotta go see it. But now it's
yeah.
kind of like, she's dead. Why do I need to go see this?
Yeah. It was kind of almost like where they put Captain Marvel's movie, because she was absolutely like useless
Yep.
to the whole to everything. They should have put Black Widow's movie right there,
Still haven't
because
seen it.
that. Well, yeah, no, dude. Like I think I was on a plane to Guam once,
Yeah.
and I tried to watch it. I was like, this shit sucks. Falling asleep. Yeah, man.
Nah, I still haven't seen it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm skipping that one. I
yeah.
don't. It. I mean, right? Because you have what's her name? The chick that Cruella movie in Disney Plus right now.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
oh, what's her name? Emma
Dude,
Stone.
Emma Stone. Yeah, Emma Stone.
Stone.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I think
Emma
so.
Stone. Yeah.
Let me look it up because I.
I think it's Emma Stone. But
Okay.
like, she. I mean, I'm pretty sure she negotiated the fuck out of that, because that movie's also in theaters, but also let's go.
Well, I mean, you have to like you have to have good look, because man, they will fuck you. They
Yeah,
will.
yeah.
Like there's
I
you have
mean,
to.
it's a business, right? It's a business where right now they're not making as much money as they normally would, right?
Yes, yes. So yes, not only are they not making as much money as they normally would, so like I got into a debate with somebody about this before. Like Disney Plus is not profitable yet.
Nope.
Like Disney Plus is not profitable, and from the entire entertainment, movies, and TV and all like that is not. Let's just say movies. That makes up a very small percentage of Disney's like revenue. So the parks bring in a whole lot, and
Yep.
actually like TV brings
Yeah.
in a whole lot for Disney.
Yep.
But as far as Disney Plus right now,
No.
no, it
No.
does not bring in a ton. And then you have to look; they have a lot of infrastructure and a lot of things they have to pay for. So they take up like 3 counties in Florida alone, and they have properties all over the world. So
Yeah.
So a lot's going out,
Yep.
not a whole lot's coming in.
No,
So I mean, yeah, they
you got to pay all the studios that are recording Loki, the studios that are making What If series right now.
yeah, yeah,
So I highly doubt that she's profitable right now. So when it comes down
yeah,
to that right now, like you kind of have to like streaming service in your
yeah,
contract somewhere
yeah, yeah, yeah. You have to.
because
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I mean, realistically, if Disney's just like, oh no, we're putting you in the box office. That's all we're doing. We're not going to put it in the stream at all. They're like,
yeah,
you got to be like, yeah, no, I doubt it. You gonna put that on Disney Plus?
yeah, yeah,
It's it's a crazy time. It's a crazy time right now, man.
yeah, yeah. Craziness,
Uh,
craziness,
um,
craziness.
have you gotten a chance to watch anything recently, or
Um, like maybe a little bit of Rick and Morty of the newest season.
okay?
Like so, I might get a little bit of time to do that because between work and school, like
Yeah,
so happy, almost finished school. I can see the
yeah,
light. Super
yeah,
happy about that. But yeah, between work and school, like I'll finish with like an assignment or something like that, and it'll be like late at night, and it'll be like, okay, I got enough energy to do one more thing, either watch something on TV, or I was like, let me get on and play like Valheim
yeah,
or some video game for like a little bit.
yeah.
So yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
no, I've been consuming some anime, a little bit of old movies, a little bit of new movies and stuff like that, but
nice,
nothing too crazy.
nice.
Mostly Disney because my son's here, so it's mostly Disney.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that works. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I've
If
watched.
you're like, no, not at all.
Yeah, like I like I hear the tropes of like, oh, you're once your kid like starts getting into movies, you're gonna be watching the same movie over and over again. I'm like, nah, nah, that won't happen. I've seen the same movie like
Yeah,
seven
that's it.
times in a day, and you're like,
Yeah, yeah. You're like, yep, yeah.
where you get to learn the lines.
Yeah. So have you seen like any of that new He-Man, or I guess Masters of the Universe, like
Yes,
you
actually, yeah,
have?
yeah, actually,
So
yeah.
what do you think about it? What do you think about
So I was born in '95, so I can
it? Yeah,
let's
it was
let's
like
preface there. Let's preface
yeah.
it there. I was born '95, so
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the most He-Man exposure I got was a show maybe in '05, maybe
Okay.
maybe.
Okay.
So, but I don't know the lure or anything like that. So for me, this is just fresh, like He-Man. Like, oh, like I know He-Man and his lure and stuff, but this is
Yeah.
brand new, fresh take to me, right?
Yeah.
And so it's yeah,
Yo, so I haven't seen it,
okay,
but I've heard some things.
okay,
And so like I wanted to know someone's opinion that has seen it. Now me, I grew up in the 80s, and I used to have He-Man underwear,
yeah.
and that
You
was
want to know right
my
now?
yeah,
You
man,
want,
of course, yeah.
okay,
The old school ones, not
oh, okay,
not
the
whatever,
the,
not
ti-
not this new stuff. Yeah,
the tidy
the tidy
whities,
whities. Yeah,
yeah,
yo. So so back in the day, I'm like yeah, I
yeah,
love this. Like that was my jam. It was like everything about it.
yeah.
Like outstanding my underwear with my little sword like up in the air. Like that was my joint. But I've heard some stuff about this one here, and I don't know what to think about it. I want to watch it for myself to before, because I mean, everybody that you watch on YouTube and stuff like that, they need to sensationalize shit so that
Yeah,
they get eyes. So
yeah.
it's just like a lot of rage culture, or whatever. So
Yeah.
the things that I've heard, they're like, this is ridiculous, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, all right, I like to go watch for myself before I make anything. But make
So what I can say about it, it's good. It's good for a viewer that really doesn't know much about He-Man, that knows the lore, right? I know the lore. I know He-Man. I know he's a prince. I know all that, right? Prior
yeah,
to going in, and it does a great job of covering that as well, like as like a, oh, this is who he is and this is what's going on.
yeah,
Then goes into a brand new story where you're following I forgot her name, but
Tila.
yeah, you're following her, and now it's a different story and it's a different take, which is I didn't mind it because the studio that did it did a very good um what's called animations for it. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, no, I heard the animation for what I've seen. It's like top tier.
Yeah.
Um, like I guess Kevin Smith got a lot of backlash for it or whatever. But
Mhm.
I mean, I don't like to ever just go along with what people say. I like to witness it myself or
Yeah.
to see it myself. Like because nowadays people claim whatever and they try to put an agenda to it or whatever. So
It's a good what maybe 2.5 hours of content. I'll say, as somebody that watches anime and knows that seeing animations and stuff like that,
yeah,
like and knows Kevin Smith's work and what he likes to do, he's not
yeah,
going to do a basic ass story. He's going to add a
yeah.
Kevin Smith twist to it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, back in the '80s, it wasn't like mind blowing stuff. Like
Yeah.
it was entertainment
Yep.
to sell toys,
Yep.
and like back then, I was just like, yeah, he did. So
Yeah.
like, I even used to like get fucking amped up by the Ultimate Warrior when he would say crazy shit.
Mhm.
If you go on YouTube and you look at stuff that Ultimate Warrior said,
Yeah.
like you're like, what the hell is he talking about? But when he says it, you're just like, yeah.
Yeah. You're
So
amped up. Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so when it comes to this, like I didn't want to like prejudge things. I know he caught a lot of flack. Um,
But it's
but
also
yeah,
Kevin Smith. He's always going to catch flack for anything he does, though.
yeah, that's true, true.
Anything he does, he's gonna catch flag for it. Again, as somebody that's not really part of something I grew up with, but I know it and I know the lore, and I've done my due diligence of knowing these
Yeah,
characters. I enjoyed it. It was a good
yeah.
two hours worth of content where you're just like, okay, this is cool. Mark
Yeah.
Hamill knocks it out of Skeletor. That's
Oh
one of the
yeah,
best things. Oh yeah, he's fucking great.
yeah. See, I haven't heard the voice yet, so I need to check that out.
It's Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill, yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah. I know. Speaking of Kevin Smith, the other day they had the movies like restaurant, like it was like the pop up restaurant. They're only there
Yeah.
for a few weeks, whatever. It was out here, and hey, that burger and onion rings was really freaking good.
Is it real burger or is it a vegan? Is it vegan?
No, it's a real one.
Okay.
I think they might have had some vegan option or whatever, and I think they had like some sort of chicken sandwich or whatever. But it was a legit good burger, and the the drink, the alcoholic drink that they make,
Yeah.
that shit was crazy. I
Yeah.
I, I can't I can't mess with that, man. Like, well, the flavor is just kind of like weird, but
Yeah.
I could tell that if I kept drinking it, just that one drink
Yeah.
in the morning time, I was gonna be fucked up, like hungover all day. So I just had a little bit, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good on
Yeah.
this." But yeah, it was good. Got a little, memorabilia, a little nostalgia from
That's
you
dope.
know
Would,
back in
would
the
you
day.
would you consider yourself a Kevin Smith fanboy or a fan at all?
I mean, I like things that he's done, like
Okay.
but I'm not like a diehard like fanboy or anything like that. Like uh, what is it? I liked
Clerks.
what's it? Clerks, like Mallrats,
Dogma.
Dogma. Yeah, yeah. I like those movies, but I wouldn't say like I'm a cult follower or anything like that. Like
Yeah.
I really haven't. I know he's done a lot with comics, and
Yeah.
I don't really follow you. I don't really follow like comics like that
Yeah.
that closely or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
He had CW. He worked a lot with CW, so like shows
okay,
like Supergirl and The
okay,
Flash. He directed, I think, a couple of those episodes.
okay,
And
okay.
and I think they also gave him a run in DC to write a Batman storyline, I believe as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah,
I know a little bit like when he had like the heart attack and stuff like that. I
yeah.
kind of followed him a little bit and followed like his journey, like you know,
Recovery.
recovering from that or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't been like a super close. I wouldn't say that like really for anybody that I'm a huge like fanboy or whatever
Eminem.
for any. Nah, man. I
you,
I don't fucks with Eminem at all. Like
you look
I've
like a
never been.
stan.
Yeah, no, never been a fan. Never been a fan. Like he's had some songs that like I could vibe to or whatever. Like
Name a song.
um
Because you're the only person in my universe that hates Eminem.
I really hate that motherfucker.
You're the only person in my universe that hates him.
Let's see. What was the group that he had? Was it D12?
D12. You can't name a D12 song. That doesn't count.
I can't name D12.
That doesn't count.
The only one I could say that
Pills.
I really Purple Pills. That's the only one I really be like, yeah, I'll fucks with Eminem on. But other than that, I'm just like, like just like don't get me wrong, he's got skill. Like he's one of the top out there. But to go down in history, but I just never liked how kooky he was, like in his stuff, and I mean that was part of his persona. And like when like back in the day, like when he went after like Michael Jackson or whatever, I just think that was a bitch move. So like I did not like that at all. But especially like how he would like politically, how he would stand up for certain causes or whatever. I'm like, some things he would stand up for, he was respectable for, but like just to go fuck with somebody just to fuck with them when they were down, yeah, I think that was a bitch move. But other than that, like Purple Pills, yeah, I could fucks with that. But other than that, that's it.
Yeah.